Imagine this. You've just come up with a great business idea. You're excited, motivated, and ready to go. But then reality hits. You need money to make it happen. And not just any money, but funding that won't bury you in debt. What if I told you there are real programs out there that give you free money to grow your business? No loans to pay back? No investors taking your share. Just pure fuel for your dream. Today, we are diving deep into the ultimate small business grant guide. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly where to look, how to apply, and the mistakes to avoid so you don't miss out on life-changing opportunities. Number 1. What exactly is a small business grant? Think of a grant as a gift. It's money given to your business for a specific purpose, and you don't have to pay it back. Unlike loans, there's no interest. Unlike investors, you don't give up control. But here's the catch. Grants usually come with rules. For example, a grant might be for women-owned businesses in tech or for veterans opening restaurants. So, while grants are amazing, they're not free-for-all money. They're targeted. For example, the Amber Grant Awards. Monthly funding to women entrepreneurs. If you're a woman starting a bakery, that's a perfect fit. But if you're a college student wanting money for a personal trip, forget it. Grants are about aligning your business with the mission of the funder. Number 2. Where does grant money come from? Grants come from 3 main sources. First, government agencies, federal, state, and local governments offer grants to boost the economy, create jobs, and support communities. Second, nonprofit organizations that want to empower specific groups like minority-owned businesses or green startups. Third, corporations that run community programs or want good PR while supporting entrepreneurship. For example, FedEx has a small business grant contest. Every year, they award thousands of dollars to small businesses with compelling stories. The government's Small Business Innovation Research Program funds businesses that do cutting-edge research. That's a government-to-business example. On the nonprofit side, groups like the National Association for the Self-Employed offer microgrants of a few $1,000s to members who apply. The bottom line, grant money flows from people who want to solve a problem through your business. Number 3. Federal grants explained simply. Federal grants are often the hardest to get, but they can be the biggest. Websites like grants.gov are the main hub. Here you'll find opportunities for things like research, tech, health, and agriculture. But here's the truth. These applications can be long, competitive, and require you to follow strict guidelines. Imagine it like applying to college, but with paperwork on steroids. The good news? If you qualify, the money can be massive. The SBIR program I mentioned earlier can fund a startup with hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, a small robotics company got over $200,000 in SBIR funding to create new farming tools. That's life-changing for a small team. Number 4. State and local grants you should not ignore. Here's something most beginners don't realize. Your state and even your city might have grants that are easier to win because the competition is smaller. For example, California offers small business relief grants. New York has programs for minority and women-owned businesses. Local economic development offices often provide grants to encourage entrepreneurs to create jobs in their community. If you live in a smaller town, your local chamber of commerce might even have grant opportunities. One real example. Entrepreneur in Ohio got a $10,000 local grant to open a coffee shop in a downtown area that needed revitalization. That's the type of opportunity most people overlook while chasing federal programs. Number 5. Private and nonprofit grants are growing fast. Not every grant comes from the government. Some of the best ones come from organizations or corporations. For example, the Tory Burch Foundation offers grants and business education to women. Visa and MasterCard sometimes run contests where the winners get grant money. Nonprofits like the Halstead Grant support jewelry designers, while Black Girl Ventures funds Black and brown women entrepreneurs. The key here is alignment. If your business matches their mission, your chances go way up. Let's say you run an eco-friendly cleaning supply company. You'd be a great fit for a sustainability-focused nonprofit grant. These programs don't just give you money. Many also give you mentorship, networking, and exposure. Sometimes that's more valuable than the cash. Number 6. How to find grants fast without wasting time. Here's where beginners get stuck. They Google small business grants and get overwhelmed with spammy websites and fake opportunities. So where should you really look? Three places: grants.gov for federal, your state's economic development website for local, and trusted platforms like Hello Alice or SBA.gov for curated opportunities. Hello Alice, for example, partners with companies and nonprofits to post grants for small businesses. It's beginner-friendly, and you can filter by type of business. Another great place is Score, which also provides mentorship along with grant listings. The trick is to bookmark 2 or 3 trusted sites and check them regularly instead of aimlessly searching the internet. Number 7. Who actually qualifies for these grants? This is the million-dollar question. Qualification depends on the grant's purpose. Some are open to anyone with a registered small business. Others are specific, like women-owned, minority-owned, veteran-owned, or rural businesses. Some require you to have been in business for at least 6 months or to make under a certain revenue threshold. For example, the National Association for the Self-Employed Microgrant requires you to be a paying member of the organization. Another example, many state grants during the pandemic required proof of lost revenue. The bottom line: read the eligibility carefully. Applying for grants you don't qualify for is the fastest way to burn out. Number 8. How to write a winning grant application. This is where most people fail. They rush. They don't tell a compelling story. Remember, a grant is not just about facts and figures. It's about convincing the funder that your business will create impact. So here are 3 keys. First, clarity. Explain in simple words what your business does. Second, impact. Explain how your business solves a problem in the community. Third, alignment. Show how your mission matches the grant's mission. For example, if you apply for a sustainability grant, highlight your eco-friendly practices. If you're applying for a women-owned business grant, highlight your role as a leader. Add real numbers if possible. Saying, "We created 5 jobs and plan to add 10 more in the next year," is stronger than "we are growing." Funders love measurable outcomes. Imagine you're telling a friend why your business deserves the money. That's the energy you need. Number 9. Mistakes that make you lose grants instantly. Let's be real. Most people don't get grants not because their ideas are bad, but because they make avoidable mistakes. Mistake number 1. Missing the deadline. Grants are strict. If it says the application is due by 5 p.m., sending it at 1 p.m. means you're out. Mistake number 2. Not following instructions. If the grant asks for a 3-page summary and you send 5 pages, you're done. Mistake number 3. Using vague language. Saying, "I want to help people" is weak compared to, "I want to help 100 low-income families gain access to affordable childcare." Mistake number 4. Forgetting supporting documents. Many grants ask for your business license, financials, or tax returns. If you don't include them, your application is incomplete. Avoid these mistakes, and you immediately jump ahead of the pack. Number 10. How long does it take to actually get the money? This is something beginners are always curious about. The timeline varies. Some grants award money in a few weeks, especially corporate or nonprofit contests. Others, like federal programs, can take months because of the review process. For example, the FedEx Small Business Grant Contest announces winners about 3 months after applications close. SBI or federal grants can take 6 months or more. So don't expect overnight cash. Plan for the long game. While waiting, keep running your business and apply for multiple grants at once. Think of it like fishing. Cast multiple lines and increase your odds. Number 11. Are grants really worth the effort? The short answer: yes, if you're strategic. Applying takes time and energy, but the payoff can be huge. Imagine spending 10 hours writing an application and winning $10,000. That's like earning $1,000 per hour. Not even lawyers make that kind of rate. Plus, winning one grant can open doors to others. Funders love businesses that have already proven they can win. One bakery owner in Texas won a $5,000 local grant and then used that credibility to win a $25,000 national contest. Success stacks on itself. Number 12. Tips to stay motivated and keep applying. Grant hunting can feel discouraging when you get rejections. But remember, rejections don't mean your business is bad. Sometimes it's just not the right fit. One trick is to recycle your applications. Most grants ask similar questions. Once you've written strong answers, you can tweak and reuse them. Another tip, keep a spreadsheet of deadlines, requirements, and contacts. That way, you stay organized and don't miss opportunities. Join entrepreneur communities online. Facebook groups, LinkedIn groups, or local meetups often share grant leads. Surround yourself with people on the same journey, and you'll find it easier to keep pushing. Number 13. Do you need to pay taxes on grant money? Here's something many beginners don't know. Even though you don't have to repay grant money, in most cases it is considered taxable income. That means when tax season comes, you may owe taxes on the amount you received. For example, if your business wins a $20,000 grant, the IRS usually sees that as revenue. However, some special grants may be tax-exempt if they are structured that way. Always check the rules of the grant and talk to a tax professional so you're not caught by surprise. Planning ahead can save you from scrambling later. Number 14. Do grants affect your eligibility for loans? This is another question beginners often have. Generally, getting a grant does not hurt your chances of getting a loan. In fact, it can help. Banks or credit unions may view you as less risky because someone else has already invested in your idea. For example, if you show a lender that your business received a $10,000 grant, it builds credibility. It proves that other organizations believe in your vision. Just make sure you keep good records of how you used the grant money, because lenders might ask about it. Number 15. Can you use grant money for anything you want? Not exactly. Most grants are restricted. That means you must use the funds for what you promised in your application. For example, if you applied for a technology grant to build an app, you can't just take that money and buy a new car. If you misuse grant money, you could be forced to return it, or worse, get banned from future opportunities. The key is honesty. Stick to your proposal and keep receipts or documentation of your spending. This way, if the grantor asks for a report, you can show exactly how you used the funds. Number 16. Do you need a business plan to apply? In most cases, yes. A strong business plan is like your ticket into the grant world. It proves you've thought through your idea and have a roadmap. For example, the SBA often requires a business plan for grant-related programs. But even if a grant doesn't ask for one, having it ready gives you a big edge. Imagine two applicants, a person with a vague idea and a person with a clear plan showing revenue projections, marketing strategy, and growth goals. Who do you think the grant committee will choose? Exactly. Number 17. Are grants only for brand new businesses? Not at all. Many grants are designed for businesses that already exist and want to expand, create jobs, or launch new products. For example, the FedEx Small Business Grant is open to companies that have been operating for at least 6 months. Some state programs specifically support established local businesses that want to add employees, a restaurant that wants to open a second location, or a small factory looking to buy new equipment might qualify. So don't assume grants are only for startups. They can help businesses at many stages of growth. Number 18. Do grants provide only money or more than that? Here's the hidden value. Many grants come with extras that are just as powerful as the cash. Some include mentorship, workshops, or networking opportunities. For example, the Cartier Women's Initiative not only gives winners money, but also provides coaching from business experts around the world. That kind of guidance can be priceless. Imagine having a mentor who has already built a multi-million-dollar company giving you advice for free. The knowledge and connections could be worth far more than the grant itself. Number 19. How competitive are small business grants? Let's be real, grants are competitive. You may be up against hundreds or even thousands of applicants. But don't let that discourage you. Many people give up halfway through the application because it feels overwhelming. That means if you simply complete it properly, you're already ahead of a big chunk of applicants. Think of it like a marathon. Most people don't even show up at the starting line. If you cross the finish line, your odds rise dramatically. Persistence is a superpower here. Number 20. Can one business win multiple grants? Yes. and it happens often. There's no rule that says you can only win one grant. In fact, stacking grants can be a powerful growth strategy. For example, a business might win a small $5,000 local grant, then use that success story to apply for a larger $25,000 national grant. Each win builds credibility and momentum. Just make sure you don't double dip by applying the same project expenses to two different grants. As long as you keep things transparent, you can absolutely combine multiple grants to scale faster. Now, here's the loop I opened at the start. You wanted to know, are there really grants out there that could change your life? Even if you're a total beginner with no connections, the answer is yes. They exist. People win them every single day. The real question is, will you take the time to find the ones that fit you and apply? Because if you do, you might be just one application away from getting the money you need to turn your idea into reality. That was the ultimate small business grant guide. We've covered what grants are, where they come from, who qualifies, how to apply, and the mistakes to avoid. Now it's your turn. Which type of grant do you think would fit your business best? Federal, local, or private?